Hi, I welcome you all. In this video, I'm going to explain you two things. One is about some of the advanced visualization in Tableau, as well as I'm also going to explain you how to integrate the external programming languages like R and Python. So first coming to advanced visualization. So in my basic course already we discussed about the basic visualization that has been available in Tableau. So in the show me, I have explained you certain things. So in this video, I'm going to show you some more visualization. So visualization itself is a vast topic where you end up with lots of visualization. So how you're going to visualize your data. Instead of going by a normal pie bar representation, there is so many types of visualization. You can visualize your data in many ways. You might self end up showing a different kind of visualizations. Also, for example, if I want to show a stage-wise representation, okay, a kind of a stage-wise representation, for example, if I want to show the subcategory versus sales. So this is a normal bar graph. Why don't I put this in a different kind of visualization, which is called as a funnel chart? Okay, so I have, in order to show the same requirement with the funnel chart, I am placing some of sales in rows, subcategory to the colors, sorted in a descending order. Then I place my cells to the size, increase the width. So this, if you see, it is called a stage-wise representation. The shape is something seems to be a funnel. So this we call it as funnel charts. Same if I have a positive and a negative values, like for example, I'm negating the sales value. So if you see this is can be positive, negative values, you can choose different color. So this is also called as a side-by-side bar representation. If I duplicate this and change this to an area graph, so this is going to be a traditional funnel graphs. If you see, these are all different types of representation. Instead of going for a normal graph, we choose different types of representation. So we have something called bullet graphs, which helps you to find the difference between the two measures, that is your source value and a target value. If you see, this graph helps to represent your source value and your target value, that is your normal sales plus average of sales for each product to achieve is calculated through sum of profit. So this is a combination of your bar graph and your reference line. These are nothing but reference line. So this graph we call it as bullet graphs. And the shaded areas will tell you how far you are towards your target, whether you have achieved 60%, 80% towards your target value. This graph is mainly to represent you in source and target value comparison. So where here you are comparing two measures. What if you want to compare two dimensions? In that cases, I go for a chart called bump charts. For example, I choose subcategory. Here, the bump charts helps us to compare two dimensions through an index or a rank unique. So I use index. You know what is the function of index or a rank unique? So I use index here and change this to a line graph. And my comparison is based on order date, so I place it on color. and go for a quick table calculation, edit table calculation. Here's I want to use both the dimensions, so I choose both the dimension based on at the level of order date and restarting every subcategory. Here I'm going to sort this based on my profit. So if we see this representation, let me take the header for index. So this representation we call it as bump charts, where it helps us to each bump compares between your two dimensions order date subcategory based upon your profit value. You can also go for thicker markers. So this is actually comparison made using the index charts. We also have a graph called waterfall chart. Waterfall charts are mainly used for correlating positive and negative values. Here I have subcategory and sales. The main thing you have to do is calculate your running total and change this to Gantt bar. So now you can place your negative value to the color and your size. So this representation we call it as waterfall charts. So these are all, as I said, different representation where you can still more you have lots of visualization. So I'm just showing few examples in it. So we have a pie representations in Show Me. What if I want to go for a donut representation? So in that case is first let me create my pie. So region wise sales. If I want to arrive a donut representation from pie representation, let me take some dummy records. Number of records is going to give you number of records for each column. So we have 4 values in region, so I get 4. I change this to minimum. And make this as a dual axis. And in the second number of records, I'm going to remove all the things. And in first number of record, increase the size and change the color to a transparent. So let me remove show header from both the things and make the size bigger. So now if you see, this is a donut representation. So we had a pie charts which is available in Tableau. From that we arrived in a donut representations. We also have lollipop chart. For example, I have my sales. So do a data blending. Let me take sample coffee chain data set. And here I take budget sales. It's data blending, right? So first you need to edit the relationship. So I take the budget sales and the sales. If you see, when I make this dual axis, so the values have correlating. So someone like us who invented lollipop chart, so he tries to give a different representation. So what he did, he made one as a bar and one as a circle, and he adjusted the size of a bar. So you could see this representation. It's like a lollipop. So if you see, it's like a lollipop. So someone like us who just made a different representation and gave the name as lollipop chart. So if you see, these are all the different representation, different types of visualization that is being available in Tableau. Still, we have a lot more visualization. As I said, visualization is a vast topic. So you keep yourself inventing the visualization from your own requirements, keeping all these as your base for creating your visualizations. So always you have the basic visualization. So from the basic visualization, how you arrive at a different kind of representation. So this we term it as advanced visualization. I hope you're clear about advanced visualizations. Let's go for the second topic, R and Python integration in Tableau. So we already talked a lot about Tableau supports analytics, how analytics is being used in Tableau. So if you see, R and Python are the statistical programming languages. So in Tableau, we have a very limited scope for analytics. So you have reference lines, automatic forecasting, trend lines and all. What if I want to extensively use all these functionalities using a large data set? In that cases, I don't have that much of statistical functions available in Tableau. So Tableau extends its hand in order to integrate with external programming languages like R and Python. First, in Tableau 8 version, they started integrating with R. So we have lots of R is a complete programming and statistical programming languages where you have lots of packages and functions for qualitative analysis which can be used for the statistical things. So in order to take advantage of those things into a data visualization, Tableau started integrating with R. So in Tableau we had four functions: script boolean, script integer, script real, script string. So these are the four Tableau functions which is going to take the scripts from the external programming languages and that is going to execute in Tableau. So this is how the integration works. Whether it's going to be a R, it's going to be a Python, the script needs to be passed only within these four functions. Whether if it is returning a boolean result, you have to use script boolean. If it is returning an integer, you have to use script integer. If it is returning a real number, then script real string, then it cases script string. So you have to use all these four functionalities to pass your external script. So you could see the diagram how it actually works. So in R we have some packages which needs to be installed so that the corresponding functions will get executed in Tableau. So as I said, mainly this is for the statistical analysis using a large data set, and both R and Python is completely free. So you can easily download and install it and you can access the functionalities because both are open sources functions. So with that you would be able to do descriptive analytics, predictive analytics, linear, nonlinear modeling, chi-square test, Z-test, time series classification, sentimental analysis, correlation analysis. So there is lot of statistical capabilities you would be able to do with along with the data visualization by integrating with R and Python. But the main prerequisite when you want to use it is a person should be completely thorough what is R and what is Python, because without knowing what is R and Python, they don't know how to use those functions into Tableau. So these are all some of the things. As I said, you can do sentimental analysis, predictive analytics, decision trees, because we have the required functions in those programming languages. So we are just going to integrate and use that in order to make it available in Tableau. So you can easily integrate these functions and packages in Tableau. But as I said, the prerequisite would be you should be proficient with your R and Python language, and you should also have your R and Python, whether it is a local host or connected to a server, then only you would be able to integrate it. Python is also a general purpose open source programming languages which is going to be used for statistical analysis with Tableau. integrating with Python was introduced during Tableau 10 version. R was started with 8 itself. So for Python, you need a TabPy server. For R, you need R console or RStudio. So I have given you how to download and how to install TabPy or a Python, or and integrate all those steps. Let me show a quick demo related to this. So first of all, you should have either a R console, in case if you're connecting with R, or a Python needs to be installed. So this is the URL where you can use it. So this workbook would be pasted along with your file, so you can always refer it. So you can, R is open source languages, so you can easily download and install it. Once you download and install it, you can open R and give the command as install.packages, and we are going to call the package called rserv. So now the package is being successfully installed. Then you have to call the library for the functions. So library of rserv. So once rserv is being started, then you can go to Tableau, help, settings and performance, manage external service connection. If you see the versions before 10, it will be manage R connections. After 10, since R Python we have so many integrations, it is manage external service connection, local host or the server. Port number would be 6311. If you are connecting R, it's 6311. If you are connecting Python, it is 9004. So once you have given a port number and the connection, you can give test connection. You should get a message that is you have successfully connected to rserv services. So now you can call the R scripts into Tableau. So when we are doing the forecasting or a trend analysis, previously in the videos I was discussing, it's everything automatic. I just dragged and dropped it. Automatically we got the results for forecasting or a trend analysis. What if I want to go for some kind of deeper level using a large data set? So in case if I want to do a linear or a non-linear modeling, if I want to calculate my own coefficients value, intercept value, we don't have the readily available functions in Tableau. In that cases, I'm going to integrate with R. If you see, this is an already created example where we have created a trend line based on the two parameters, life expectancy and infant mortality. So I just want to find the dependency between the life expectancy and infant mortality using a trend line. So I don't want to go by automatic just dragging and dropping. I need to calculate my intercept and coefficient based upon my data values. So if you see in R, we have statistical functions to create the coefficient. So it is going to return the script real function. So if you see, if you go to table calculation, you have that four functions: script real, boolean, integer, string. So when it is going to return the real number, I've used script real and I have used the coefficient function. So some people who are not proficient with R and Python, it may be vague. So that's what I said. The prerequisite should be you should know what is R, what is Python, how to write a R code and a Python code. Then only you would be able to understand. If people are not using it, then it's fine. You can just know how to integrate with R and Python. Later on, if you're confident to use those scripts, in that cases you can use it. Same for creating clusters, we had the automatic clustering method, but actually clustering is happening based on k-means clustering algorithm, which is used in R and Python. So if you see here, instead of just dragging and dropping the clusters, based on the four parameter values, length, width, petal width, sepal width, clusters is created using k-means function, which is available in R. So k-means data frame is set to pass these 4 arguments. So k-means will split these 4 measures and just group the similar data points. So same for Python also, you can just install your TAPPY server, then you can go to help and manage settings and performance, manage external service connection. You need to give your port number as 9004. And if you see for each functions, if you go for this table calculation, so you could see we have both R scripts and Python scripts. So everything is going to be called only within these 4 functions. Okay. So I hope you got it how to integrate with R and Python. So Python also the same step, you need to install the TAPPY server and then you have. So as I said, people should be proficient with R and Python in order to go for this integration. Okay. Thanks for listening to this video.